Russell Cook Jr. enjoys all of his todays.
There you go, see?
Because Cook's tomorrows were far from promised.
There was an explosion. It was about maybe 5-10 feet from me.
That was in 2004 in Iraq. Cook has post-traumatic stress. He posted a sign in his front yard asking the community to be courteous with fireworks on July 4th.
4th of July celebrations often include great food, family gatherings, fireworks that dazzle and amaze us. But for some military veterans, the popping of firecrackers and the whistle of bottle rockets can bring back some very unsettling memories. Last year, Army veteran John Dykes made a sign asking neighbors to be courteous with fireworks around his home. And this year, the nonprofit group Military with PTSD has distributed over 1,400 similar signs in the past 3 weeks. It's about how our combat veterans cope with the reminders they face during this holiday. So let's welcome in former Army Staff Sergeant and one afflicted with PTSD, Russell Cook Jr., also Vice President and Executive Director of Military with PTSD and author of The War at Home, One Family's Fight Against PTSD, Shawn Gourley. Gentlemen, I thank you both for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about this, if you will, please, Sergeant, because when you're home, when the fireworks went off, what was it like that first time that something happened? Did you realize what it was and what actually set you off?
The first time it happened, I didn't think of it. I didn't think of it as fireworks because it didn't happen on the 4th of July. They started setting them off maybe 7 to 10 days, 7 to 10 days prior, and I instantaneously went into survival mode, and it took me a good few hours to finally settle down.
You went into survival mode. What do you mean? What happened?
Basically, the flight or fight thing happened to pop off my head, and I basically went to prepare myself for
battle.
Yes.
Wow, I can't even imagine that. Shawn, this is something that until you read about it, you don't think about this because we've done fireworks since we were kids, but the numbers, when you look at it, this is a lot more prevalent than we thought, especially now in light of the PTSD that our soldiers are bringing back from the Middle East.
Yeah, it is. And actually, since we've gotten closer to the holiday, we've actually sent out almost pretty much 2,700 signs as of today. So it's even more prevalent than we thought.
But when you started to talk to when you talk to veterans, do you get the same sort of stories that we're getting here from the staff sergeant, that they simply weren't aware, and when it went off the first time, they themselves had to be shocked? They couldn't imagine something like this would have an effect on them.
Absolutely. I mean, it's hard enough whenever you don't know that you have PTSD to really grasp and understand what is happening, and then and that creates a secondary problem because we hear a lot of vets right after the 4th of July that go, I'm so stupid. I can't believe that I acted that way over a firework. And once they start realizing that it's not just them, that this is actually very common, I think that helps them. And I think that's why this campaign has been so successful. Like, vets like Russell, they're really coming together and standing up and saying, I've got PTSD and I'm trying to manage it. And if you could help us out by being courteous, that will go a long way with us, because it's the unexpected fireworks that do it to them.
Staff Sergeant, we are so drawn into this, and the 4th of July, it's become such a part of our lives. I'm curious, are you getting mostly favorable from the people you ask them nicely to do this? Do they agree with you and they will not use them around you?
So far, I have not had any issues. It's not that I don't want them to use them around me as much. Just try to give me a heads up and try to keep the celebration to the 4th of July, because that would help me out, knowing that at least I could try to survive the 4th of July instead of surviving 3 or 4 weeks of fireworks.
Shawn, I only got about a minute left here. Are you getting any pushback? And I don't say that because I want that to happen, but I can imagine that there are some people going, "Oh, come on, please! It's just a firework here and there."
Yes, there's that. There's the people that think that we are trying to restrict freedoms or that we're anti-fireworks, and that it's none of that. It's none of that at all. All we're asking for is a courteous heads up. Some people they don't understand. Some people grow up with the mentality that PTSD isn't real. And to change something, you have to talk about it. You know, you can't change what you don't understand. And the only way you can help people understand is to show them. And that's what these vets are doing. They are showing them in real life that they are affected by PTSD. And that, you know, they'll be okay with a little bit of compassion.
Listen to this, people. The PTSD is not phony. It's real. It's something that our soldiers suffer from every single day. You hear it from the lips of one right here. If somebody asks, they're asking for a reason. This is not about freedoms. This is about being courteous to the people around you and certainly to our military members as well. Staff Sergeant Russell Cook Jr., Shawn Gourley, author of The War at Home, One Family's Fight Against PTSD. Thank you so much for bringing this to our attention. We hope that we are able to make a difference. Have a great 4th of July, both of you.
Thanks.